Alright, so this video is going to be on how you can get more energy. More mental clarity, and just motivation in general to like get your work done throughout the day. Like before I applied all the tips I'm gonna like reveal in these videos, like in this video, I used to barely be able to like sit down and work for about like 2-3 hours. Okay, and it took so much like effort from me, like mentally, because I was feeling so sluggish all the time, and that was like very draining, regardless of how optimized my schedule was. So I will list out like three important things. Is it three or two? I'll list out three or something important things you need to do, and one very important thing that will, oh yeah, that might just change your life. It changed mine, and it's not for everybody. Okay, and it's not for everybody, but if you are one of those person who was like me, it will change your life. It does require a little bit of money, not that much though, 10-20 bucks per month, doable, right? All right, let's get to it. So what gonna outline in this video, you need to like follow religiously, and it's not something like woo stuff or anything, but it will definitely give you enough energy for you to sit down and work for like 8, 10, 12 hours every. 12 hours sounds like a stretch, but let's say 10 hours every day, because that is something that I'm able to do nowadays, and that is definitely something a lot of people, I think most people can do it, definitely. No worries about that. Alright, so the first one would be fixing your diet, and by that I mean removing everything that causes inflammation. So I would definitely like suggest you to go look up people like Dave Asprey and every other like biohackers, and see what they are saying on like low inflammation food. So that definitely like means cutting out sugar. That means like replacing if you have a hard time like cutting out sugar, I would definitely recommend you to replace it with like natural sugars, so, which would be more like fruits and other stuff. I don't know, jaggery blocks or whatever. Yeah, cut out sugar completely. Cut out all processed food. Don't eat outside. Don't eat anything that comes in a plastic packet or whatever. Eat natural, unprocessed food. Eat complex carbs. I should have one. Oh, I have it on my phone. Anyway, yeah, just get on a low inflammation diet. It's very important. I don't exactly like have it like learned it by heart, so I can't really dictate what to eat, what not to eat. But get on YouTube and figure it out. Okay, low inflammation diet. Cut out everything that causes inflammation in your body, because whatever causes inflammation is mentally dragging down your mental energy, stamina, whatever. If you eat that sugary like dessert, let's say tonight, you are going to feel the after effects. It will feel good in the moment, but you will feel the after effects in the next day, and that might mean you won't be able to work at your 100%. Is that really worth it? If you drink alcohol today, it will affect your performance for about 3 to 4 days. Is that worth it? Is like a few hours of alcohol worth 3-4 days of not being able to perform at 100%, right? So you have to understand those trade-offs. If work is less important than like that one night's that weekend's fun, go for it. It depends on your priorities. But if you want to succeed in life, you want to just go out and give your best to whatever you're doing, whether it's sports or work, whatever. You want to make sure you don't indulge in stuff that like holds you back, right? Cutting out alcohol, cutting out sugar, a lot of stuff. Okay, get on low inflammation diet. The second one would be fixing your sleep. There are a few things that goes into it. Okay, the very important, which will be, I am pretty sure it will be neglected by a lot of people, but please do not set up regular sleeping time. So that means a set time period where you go to bed and when you wake up. I know a lot of people, a lot of you, maybe just you might be saying that I only go to sleep when I feel like sleeping, right? And that might be at 12, that might be at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m., whatever it is. I was like that before. I used to play games all night, and when on the days on which I wouldn't play game, I would go to sleep. So that might mean I might go to sleep at 2 a.m. or I might go to sleep. There were some days I used to like sleep at 9 a.m. in the morning. I used to play like all night, Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, that like fucked up a lot of things. I used to wake up at this random time periods of like 4 p.m. in the afternoon or like 5 p.m. or like even like sometimes even 7 p.m. It was crazy. Like I was living in a completely different time zone compared to all the people in my household. And that like affected a lot of my work because I was not productive at all. I barely was able to get done like an hour of work. Okay, that's not generally something that you want if you want to build something really like big in your life. Okay, so fixing your sleep, what does that mean? Going to bed at the same time. I have actually I'm recording with my iPhone, so I have set up timer on iPhone. If you have an Android, you can do it just similarly. I'm pretty sure there are apps for it, or there might be a native function for it inside, but just figure it out. Set up times where you go to sleep, or just have someone that reminds you, like an accountability partner that reminds you, like, yo, you need to sleep. It's the time, right? So I go to sleep. For me, it's like I go to sleep at 1:30, 1:30 a.m. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, but I have a timer. My timer gets on at 1 a.m. That means I start reading books. My phone goes into sleep mode, and I start reading books. So far, I've been reading fiction, which is this Ayn Rand. I've been reading fiction for like half an hour before going to sleep. Okay, so it doesn't have to be fiction. You can just pick up any book. Just don't. I would definitely recommend you to. It's there. To. That's the next part. Okay. Have a set time period and cut out like every kind of screens. So that might be your phone, laptop, computer, whatever, TV. Cut out everything that is a digital screen, like at least an hour before you go to sleep. Okay, shut everything down an hour before your like set period where you go to sleep. Okay, that's the second thing, where you cut out like all the digital screens. First thing is setting up a set time period where you go to sleep and when you wake up. I wake up at 10:30 a.m. so like 8 and 9 hours of sleep, and I mean it's pretty much needed because I do a lot of like heavy MMA. Yeah, set up time period, sleep at least for 8 hours, 9 hours. It doesn't mean you have to, but a lot of people, I know a lot of my friends can get by on 6 hours of sleep. I wouldn't recommend you. I would definitely recommend you to get to 8 hours of sleep, and like just look into the consequence of not sleeping for 8 hours. I know it like drastically like reduces your lifespan if a person doesn't sleep for 8 hours, like if they sleep only for 5 hours, right? So it's very important that you sleep for a good period of time period, and you go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. You cut out all the screens, replace that maybe with a good habit of reading an hour or half an hour before you go to sleep, right? Third thing is get some blue light blockers. I have them on my bed. I'll wear them in a few seconds. I don't want to wear them for the video right now because it will kind of like blur out my eyes. You can't really see it because it filters out the blue light. But get a blue light glasses. It's very inexpensive. You don't have to buy some high-end shit. Mine costs like $3, I think $3-4. It does the job, right? I'm pretty sure there is no difference between the high-end ones and this ones. What is it like? It's just filtering out the blue light. The glass is made in a certain way that it filters it out. There's nothing special about it, right? Get a blue light blocking glasses. Okay, that's the third thing. The fourth one is like I wouldn't. There are actually like fourth and fifth. Okay, I will cover it. What the fuck? Fourth one will be completely like removing fluoride toothpaste. Like go up to your toothpaste, check the labels. My accent kind of fucks up sometimes. Check the labels. Does it say fluoride? Throw it out. Get something that is like without fluoride. Look up Amazon, whatever. Fifth one is like get a magnesium supplement. It isn't for everybody. Again, try out a magnesium supplement for like at least a month, a few weeks maybe. See what kind of difference it makes. But yeah, I've been using it. It has like, I think it definitely like improved my sleep quality a lot, right? The sixth thing is sleeping in a room that is completely like blacked out. That is why I have like black curtains. I don't know if you can see in the videos, or you can see I have black curtains. It like completely blacks out any light that comes from outside. It doesn't do a good job. I mean, when it's like sunrise time, light creeps in. So that's why I bought like some eye mask for sleeping. It's on the bed. I don't want to go. So an eye mask for sleeping. I put that on. It takes time to get used to. So when you put them on, it will it might feel uncomfortable, but once you start using it for 2 or 3 weeks, it will become second nature for you. Okay, get some eye mask. It will completely like remove any light coming into your eyes, and trust me, it makes a huge difference. Cut out all the lights, black out your room, cut out all the lights that are in your room. If that's your monitor screen, even if it's a speaker like blipping, blue, red light, whatever, cut out everything that gives out light in your room. Make sure it's completely dark, right? Wear eye mask. Make sure no light goes into the eyes, because I've actually like tested this out, like A/B test. So whenever I sleep with the eye mask on, I don't really wake up that often. I don't wake up. When I don't, and the light creeps in, when the time comes, like it's like 9 a.m. or something, like an hour before my sleep schedule, I will wake up, because sometimes the light is going into my eyes, and I don't want that. So that's why I have eye mask on, and I don't wake up until my alarm like goes off. And that is very important, that you get uninterrupted sleep. Okay. So that's eye mask. The next tip would be getting earplugs. I don't have earplugs right now, but I'm definitely like looking into those, and that is something like a lot of like my mentors have recommended me. You want to like cut out all the noise that goes into your ears while you sleep. Massive. Don't ask why. Try it out for a month. It will change your life. Eye mask and earbuds. Another thing is, if you wake up too many times in the night, which is definitely me, and this is definitely something that I've been working on, but it takes a lot of time. And why wake up? Wake up to pee. I take my MMA classes at night, so it's like at around 8 p.m. and it goes on till 10 p.m. and I drink a lot of water during that time period. And what happens is my body discharges all the water at night. So I have to wake up multiple times it depends on how much water I've drank. On days where I do no MMA at all, where there's no classes, I wake up maybe once. Okay, it's not a big deal. But if you are one of those person that you wake up a lot of times to pee, what I would recommend you is to try either salt caps. Those are like tablets of salts that like when you take them at night before going to sleep, it will hold, your body will much more likely to hold the water, right? Second thing is just cut out water. I know it's easier said than done, but you can slowly reduce the intake, make it a habit over a month or two, and by some time, like let's say cut out water for like before. Oh, this is important. I remember. Eat at least 3 hours before you go to sleep. Wait, not eat. 4 hours before you go to sleep. Okay. If you are going to sleep at 12 a.m., eat like get done with your dinner by 8 p.m. and don't eat anything after that, right? Give your body enough time to digest and process out the excess water, because digestion itself is a lot like hefty task for your body, and it will like take out a lot of juice and will kind of ruin your sleep if you eat too much right before you go to sleep. Okay, you should try it out once if you want to like see the effects, but it will ruin your sleep. Second thing is like cut out water 3 hours before you go to sleep. Okay, if you can't cut it out, drink through a pipe or something. Just reduce the volume. Okay, cut out water, cut out food few hours, and I think that pretty much covers everything that is needed for sleep. Yeah, get some good curtains that blacks out like the light itself. Okay, so that's diet, sleep. I don't have a checklist, anything. I'm just saying you what I do. Third thing, to get mental energy and clarity, exercise. Get a habit of getting some good sweat out every day. That might mean skipping for 15 minutes. That might mean going to the gym, doing like 10,000 steps every day. Might mean joining a martial arts class, whatever that means for you. Get a habit that it doesn't have to be something that takes you 2 hours like me, but get a habit that gets your body moving, right? Burn some calories. Okay, that's the third thing. You are on a good diet, you sleep well, you exercise. Very good. Now, if you do this for a few months, your health will be so much more optimized. You will feel a lot of mental energy and clarity throughout the day. Oh yeah, a few esoteric tips that I learned from Huberman, that has been helping me a lot, is whenever you wake up, whenever your alarm hits, don't just get up on the bed and start scrolling on Instagram or whatever. Stop that. Get off, throw out the curtains, and look at the sky. Okay, not at the sun directly, but look at the sky. Allow the sunlight, the morning sunlight, to get in your eyes, and when that happens, it's like your body's like cortisol level. It's like the stress hormone goes up, and it's very healthy actually. When it goes up, if you do it for like 5-10 minutes, okay, it compounds actually. You will feel so much more refreshed and awakened, right? Instead of like if you just woke up and sat in the darkened room, you won't feel that good as compared to like when you wake up and see the sunlight. Get some sunlight, and that is very important. That is something I have been doing for about years now. Yeah, years. That has been a game changer. Whenever I used to feel groggy, I would just go up in the day. I would just look at the sky, get some more sunlight, and it will just knock out the grogginess completely because it raises cortisol. And what's that? It's after that. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything, I think. Oh yeah, coffee. If you are a heavy coffee drinker, don't have coffee. Just get the sunlight first and like postpone your coffee. Just don't have it unless like an hour or 2 hour has passed since you woke up. Okay, I know it might be a little hard at the start. Just try it out and put some butter in your coffee or some MCT oil, or switch your coffee for matcha. Matcha is it's much more better than coffee in my opinion. I've tried matcha out for a long time. It's like it gives you caffeine, but it doesn't have any crash, no jitters. It's a sustained release, and it's it's amazing. You should try it out at least once. So those are the few tips. I'm not going to repeat what I'm said. Just watch through the video again. What else? Yes, the last one. It isn't like doing all the stuff that I just mentioned. Just doing all of that will completely change your life. But for that one person who is exactly like me, there's this thing called MTHFR, and it's a gene defect. And I have that. Okay. It's crazy how I got to know about it through one of my mentors who also had that. So the thing is, when you have that defect, your body cannot like process folate properly and a few other like vitamins. And when that happens, that means you will suffer from lower motivation, like unstable motivation, unstable mood, maybe depression, anxiety, lack of mental clarity, mental fog, a lot of mental fog actually. Yeah, so how do you figure that out if you have MTHFR gene defect? Get a DNA test, right? Get a DNA test and plug that data that you get from the DNA test. I think it's like 23andMe. Yeah, plug that data into DNA Genie, or whatever that is called. Let me see. DNA Genie. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the shit. Found it. I actually have it written down. Yeah, get some test like the DNA, the $97 one from 23andMe, and then after that, go to geneticgenie.org and do the methylation analysis. Plug the raw data that you get from 23andMe and plug that into Genie. Then after that, you can try out like a choline calculator, which is like Chris Masterjohn's choline calculator. You also have to like plug in the data that you get from 23andMe. I'm not going to baby step you all the way, but yeah, if you see like you have that MTHFR gene defect, what you need to do is you need to supplement your body with the stuff that it is currently missing. That is folate, okay, B12, choline, TMG, and creatine. Okay, now this is very important. Don't just go out and buy this stuff. You need to buy their methylated version. What that means is a bioactive version, which once you take it, your body doesn't need to convert it into some other version to process it. It just actively like once you take it, it actively like absorbs it. Okay, so look into that. Look into what I've said. What if you don't have the MTHFR gene defect? Well, see what kind of data you have gotten from 23andMe. Plug it into Genetic Genie. See if you have any other gene defect. Just Google, look into the. I know a lot of people have. It's not exactly a gene defect. It's just a lot of people have gene mutations, and it's just random and just happens. So you need to figure out if you have some other kind of gene defect that is holding you back. Maybe it might not be mentally, maybe it might be physically or some other area in your body. So you need to like plug the data into Genetic Genie and see what's missing in your body. Google it, research everything, look up, okay, what's the effects, what's the cause, how you can fix it. Fix all of the stuff, and your body will be thanking you. You'll be working like a Superman, basically. Which is basically what happened to me. Well, it's been like 2 months since I started doing this, and I've been able to sit down and work for 8, 10, 12 hours every day. Okay, I don't get that mental fog anymore. I also fix my diet and everything and my sleep, but that like just knowing that MTHFR supplement and everything, it just changed my life. Just taking those supplements and doing all of the other stuff that I mentioned, game changer. So yeah, pretty much sleep, your diet, supplements, right? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, this is a bonus tip. This is not like completely. I mean, it's complete. It's related to your work. I would definitely recommend you to check out Sam Owen's Death by 1,000 Cuts. It's a video on time management, and it gives you like a proper way on how you can track your time and see where your time is going. Because if you want to work for 8 hours but you're spending like 5 hours from those 8 hours into meaningless stuff that don't really help your business or whatever, You want to know that, right? You want to track those stuff and you want to weed those stuff out, eliminate it completely. Otherwise, you are going to end up doing work that you say is work that never moves the needle. And is that something you do? You want that? Do you want to work on something for 10 years only to realize that you have not actually been working but only been sitting playing games? And that is definitely something that used to happen to me until I got like much more aware of it. Alright, pretty much it. I hope this video records, because unlike the last other few videos I've recorded and all my microphone issues fucked up, this is a pain in the ass. But yeah, see you.